Welcome to She Rises Up podcast with Gemma and Lara. We are multi-award winning international coaches, authors and speakers specialized in women's empowerment and conscious leadership for women. Here we want to empower, uplift and elevate you with conscious conversations aimed to unify femininity, business and consciousness.
Welcome to our third episode, right, Gemma? Is it third
It
episode
is the
today?
third episode indeed.
We've been so deep into it that actually it feels very much longer than that, right?
It does, yeah.
Is that right? Third episode. Ladies, welcome to our third episode. And if it's the first time that you are listening to our podcast, a very warm welcome to all of you. And let's share with you how we do the podcast, because it might be a little bit unusual to some, the way we do it. But before we share that with you, I wanted to also share on behalf of Gemma and myself that the reason we decided to do this podcast is because for a number of years, both of us, we were having such deep, insightful, beautiful and powerful conversations and enlightening for both of us, right, Gemma? That we decided, or we were thinking about how can we bring those conversations out to the world so other people could also benefit from it, of course, if you resonate with it. So that is the reason that we do that. So these conversations are literally raw. These conversations are unprepared. We literally don't know how this conversation is going to develop, right? But there is a little structure, and the structure and how we decide to come up with the topic of today, it's by picking up some oracle cards. So you might be familiar with oracle cards, and if not, there are cards with messages inside, right? And we trust that those messages that we get every single time are the messages that our ladies, that collectively are, it's what's needed, right, at this moment of time. Now, our podcast is launched every 2 weeks. And unless you love it so much, then we could look into doing it on a weekly basis. But so far, we're doing it every 2 weeks. Right, these are the disclaimers, right? This is the housekeeping.
It is indeed.
Housekeeping. Gemma, are you ready? Are you ready for this conversation?
I'm so ready, Lara, because I'm loving the theme of the day, and I think your introduction was so aligned with what's happening, because I think it's about having this level of joy that allows you to do things from your heart, and that's exactly what's happening with this podcast. We love so much our conversations that over time we decided, there's so much treasure in here, let's share it with the world. So it just happened naturally, and in a way that it was so in alignment and so in flow, and that's your feminine energy, that it just happens every week. But also Sarah mentioned we have a little structure, and it's the way we do things. Okay, we do it every 2 weeks at the same time, we launch it the next day at the same time, and we have a little method. So it's the perfect combination of this masculine and feminine energy that brings that to you every 2 weeks. And that is playful as well, because it's so enjoyable. And this is one of the messages that came in the cards today. Play is the path of joy. And I loved it when I heard it, because a couple of weeks ago, probably, I decided I want to do things only and exclusively that brings me joy. I want joy to be my compass, to be the path that opens doors. And then things starting to happen, and when you do that, you just following your purpose. And one of the things that happens is that we're living in times of uncertainty right now. We don't know what the future is, what the future is going to bring. We know it's going to be a more virtual world in the future, but we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So we have to navigate through that uncertainty from joy, from love, from peace, so that we manifest what we really want to create in the new world that's coming. But that uncertainty really is not exclusive of what's coming. Life is uncertain anyway. You can have plans, you can have your schedule of things to do, and then suddenly comes and change everything that you have planned. So this is life. It's nothing new. What's happening right now. So whatever happens now or in the future, I think embracing joy as the guide to what you want to do is the key these days and always, but these days especially. Yeah.
You went straight into it, woman.
I
Straight into
really.
it. I'm like, she's go for it, this woman. She's go for it. Okay. The podcast finished.
Oh, there's so much to talk about. There's so much more to talk
So
about.
much. It's interesting because we normally pick only one card, right? And both of us today, we said, oh, let's pick three cards, which is unusual, but we were so aligned that this came through. And there was a theme, right? There's a theme in the three
Yes.
cards that we got.
Yeah.
And yes, Gemma already started the conversation about joy. The second card was talking about patience. Very interesting. We'll dive into it shortly. And the third one, it was talking about leadership.
Yes.
It was talking about leadership, a provocation. That is a very provocative word, right, on its own. Provocation. And was talking also about power, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to joy, there were three, as coaches as we are, we would like to pose some questions to you. And the first question that's coming to mind is, what brings you joy? What brings you joy? How might have you lost your joy? It doesn't matter why. We're not going to dive in the past. It doesn't matter. We are where we are right now. And the question is, how can I create more joy right now? How can I create more joy right now? I mean, I'm giving a talk that, by the way, Gemma, I'm not sure if I told you about that. You might want to come and join that in regards to feminine energy. And that's, obviously our conversations. And one of the things that I am asked often when we run our women's circles and the programs and everything else is that, what is feminine energy, right? What is feminine energy? And I'm always very not scared, but it's like I don't want to share a list of these are the attributes of the feminine, these are the attributes of the masculine, because two different women have two different feminine energies, right? And two different women have got two different cycles, etc. So but one question if you want to tap into your feminine energy, as you know, we've already started having this conversation, it's about what brings me joy. Once I find what joy is for me, that is a massive, massive door into tapping into your feminine energy.
Yes.
A massive door.
Yeah.
Massive door, right? So the question is like, what brings me joy? Right? How can I create it? What do I need to tap into? Right? What do I need to tap into to bring that joy back? And to realign, or to invite joy back. Our friend Moni is coming to mind.
I know. I've been thinking about her all along. Yeah,
exactly. I think she would love. She's like the joy master, right?
Yes. Moni Rodriguez. She wrote "I Am Joy."
Her book, right?
Recently.
Yes, yeah. That's right.
She's the one to go for joy. And also my teacher, Isis Livingstone, she brought the right of joy, and she was all about joy in a very blissful way. I love what you said, Lara, about how different women have different feminine characteristics. I think that's key, because obviously talking about masculine and feminine energy is kind of separating, and we're done with separating. But at the same time, it helps to see what's more feminine, what's more masculine, and how to integrate them again, because we are in a process of integration. By the way, that our first podcast was called Integration, in the path to oneness. So if we think of the yin and yang, dark and light, black and white, it's all in one and together. So masculine and feminine energy, when we talk about it, we're not talking about men and women. It's not about gender. It's about the qualities that more resonate with the feminine, with the flow, or the masculine with the structure. And there are men, and I'm so happy to know many men who are very much in touch with the feminine energy. And that doesn't mean they are feminine men. They are very much in masculine when they are in the harmony with the two. So I love when you said that. And I just wanted to bring out that it's not women exclusive, although we obviously talk about women, because it's necessary today to bring that femininity out of the women into the world to align us with that feminine power, which is the provocation, Lara said, the one who instigates. To me, it speaks of manifestation, creativity. Those are feminine qualities that not only women can tap into it, but men as well, obviously. And that's the masculine leadership that takes the joy path to bring that power out, and that joy.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought that was
I have a question, what do you think can be what are the killers of joy?
the killers of joy.
What can be some killers of joy?
Absolutely, taking life too seriously.
Well, is that right?
And that came into the card, actually. It's not mine, but it totally resonated with me. In one of the cards said,
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
said that taking life too seriously is the one killer of joy. And we all do it. We take life so seriously because we have to work and we have to bring money, and we're living sometimes in survival mode, and that is all too serious. It's like, I have to work on my relationship, I have to work on this. If we tap into joy and just flow, which is the feminine state,
Hmm.
things are so much easier when we embrace uncertainty as a way of living, because life is uncertain. Like I said before, you can make so many plans, but then something comes and takes your plan out of the of your path, and you have to adapt and be flexible, and that again are feminine qualities. um, so yeah, let's take life too
Hmm.
seriously. There is
Yeah.
a concept called plan, which came from one of my mentors called Clinton Swain, and he is the CEO of Frontier Trainings, which have made impactful changes in my life and obviously in the way I lead my business and my life and everything. This plan thing means play as you learn as you earn. So plan. And when I embrace that, it's like, okay, so you take life less seriously, because otherwise you're not flowing in joy. And my cat showed me that. My cat takes play very seriously. When she plays, she's focused on the toy. She wants to play with me, so she brings the toy back to me, and she takes it so serious. She's 100% there playing, and that's her way. And with my cat, I learned that play doesn't mean to be a child and to take life as it comes. It means work, but you enjoy your work. So P for play. Learn is learn, which is constant growth. You're constantly learning. You're constantly learning from your clients, from yourself, from your environment, from your cat. And then earn as you play and as you learn, because that means abundance. You need the abundance so that you can be flowing freely without constrictions and in freedom. So that concept really changed my life, and I wanted to share it with you. Play as you learn, as you earn,
Interesting.
and that's the path of joy.
Interesting. Yeah, because when I'm thinking about because here's something, ladies, we're sharing these conversations with you, but it's helping us, right? It's
Absolutely.
also helping us. So how many times after the podcast we said, Gemma, wasn't that actually for us too? Right? So,
Yeah,
yeah, I wanted also to share that because
yeah. That's
some
the
of the
beauty of it.
insight, exactly, and so divinely guided, right? And
Hmm.
these downloads that we get throughout, and the reminders, for yourselves, ladies, but also for ourselves. And I'm thinking, what were those times, what the times that I lost my joy, what was happening there? And I realized that I was too much in my head. I was too much in
Absolutely.
my head. I was
Yeah.
not trusting, or I was expectations. My goodness, expectations. There was expectations about the team. There was expectations about the job. There was expectations about my parents. There was expectations about
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
romantic relationships. Expectations about myself. Everything, right?
Yeah.
And impatience as well. There is an element of impatience that could take away your joy, and
Yeah.
also control, right? Control
Oh
is
yeah,
coming to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Control and assumptions, another one. I love these topics of assumptions, and I teach it a lot. um, Share it in the work that we do, because what am I assuming, right?
Yeah,
What am I
yeah.
assuming about other people? What am I assuming about the situation? What am I assuming about myself? And that
Mhm.
is again creating unnecessary expectations, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I have a final question before we move on to the next point here. It's how can people tap into their joy?
Mm-hmm.
How do
Mm-hmm.
you feel people could
Mm.
tap into joy? Do you want me to start so that might allow you some time
Go on.
to?
Mm-hmm.
I think again, I said I was in my head, the heart,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
exactly.
The heart, right?
Exactly.
Are we tapping into the heart? Is it coming from a
Exactly.
place of heart? Am I engaging the heart in everything that I do?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, is
There's
that
there's
right?
there's
And
no other way.
presence, and
Yeah.
presence for me.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because
That's beautiful because heart is what came to me as well. I mean, the joy comes from the heart. There's no other way. And you said it before. When I lost my joy, I was too much in my mind, setting expectations, assuming, being impatient, wanting to control. Those are mind things. Again, negative masculine traits, which are good as well. But if you're aware of them, that you're setting expectations, that you are impatient, then you can kind of manage those things. But joy certainly comes from the heart, and the beauty of the heart energy is that when you align your heart with your mind, then that's the perfect combination. Again, the heart, it could be the feminine energy in the love where your joy comes from, and your mind is your masculine. It sets structure, it wants to control, and it tells you what to do. It kind of gives you a path to flow. And even though we might say there are negative traits of the mind, if the mind is in service to the heart, then it's a perfect combination.
wow.
When the heart is leading the way, again, thinking of money again, the heart leads the way. That's what my teacher taught me. Your heart center, you're leading the way from your heart, from your joy, from love, from peace. But you use the mind as a tool to guide you to set structures. Then that love that flows freely and it's a bit chaotic has a structure to go through, set by the mind. But the mind has to be in service to the heart, not the other way around, because then we are in chaos and we are in the current situation we see in the world where the mind is leading the way. The heart is hidden because it's a subtle energy that doesn't impose itself. And when the mind leads the way, it doesn't know what to do. The heart does. The heart knows what to do.
Yeah.
So that
And
would be the
wow.
perfect
That was
path.
a bombshell there, Gemma. That was a bombshell there. Do you know, a thought was coming to my mind, and that it was interesting because I was this morning I wanted to burn some incense, just to clear
Hmm.
the energy here a little bit. And I got this message there that I forgot that I had it, but it's actually so on point to our conversation today. And it says, things are not always as they appear. Take a closer look,
Beautiful, beautiful.
right? Things are not always as they appear. Take a closer look. And this is actually a beautiful bridge
Beautiful.
into the concept of patience.
Yes.
Into the concept of patience. So what insights or
Yes.
what downloads did you, when we pick this card, patience, what did you
Mhm.
have in mind?
With patience, I mean, it's been a huge teacher for me in the last few years. I had to learn patience because I had no choice. So my life put me in situations where every day was the same. I was devoted to my mom's care, and it was tough. And I had to be patient, knowing that the situation will change eventually, that nothing lasts forever, and bring us again to the point of enjoyment. Enjoy the path, not the destination, because the destination might never arrive or might be totally different. And when you go to the destination, when you arrive to your dream, to your objective, to your purpose, then, oh, that's it, I've achieved this, now what? The mind will start to look for the next destination. So the beauty of life is to enjoy your project, the path, to enjoy everything that you're going through, even the bad, so-called bad circumstances, or not so happy moments. Enjoy them. See, tap into the emotions that are coming for you. Manage your situation, and I'm talking here when I was looking after my mom, especially the last few months of her life, which was so tough. I have to find that joy within, otherwise I was going to destroy myself by being so exhausted. So looking into the beauty of it, the opportunity of looking after your own mom that has done so much for you in your life, of growing with her, of being so giving, having this opportunity to give every day, so many things. And when I tapped into my joy, I wouldn't say it was easier, but eventually it was. And at the end, I'm having memories of everything that we went through, all the beautiful things, of the conscious way that I accompanied her in the last few months, and the conscious death that she was able to have. So patience taught me that, taught me to be in the moment and experiencing everything. We came here to experience everything, the good and the bad. So when you embrace that, even the bad emotions, the bad situations, you learn from them, and you can move them, and you can then eventually move them into love. That's what patience taught me.
How am I supposed to top that up, man? How I'm supposed to start, continue that conversation? But do you know what was coming to mind? And I would love, 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 and we talked about that offline. I would love, because I learned so much from you with the experience that you've had with your mother. It was so healing as well, for me,
Mm.
to go through what you've been going through and teach us other ways in which to, in a conscious way, right, to
Mhm.
how to deal with bereavement and with grief. That I would love, to do a podcast around
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the wisdom, it was immense. That I know so many people benefit from it, especially
Mhm.
in the topic of death. I love the topic of death, but not because of the darkness of it at all. In fact, it's so, once we accept our death, we live
Yeah.
life fully even more, right? So would love to
Absolutely.
talk about that. So when
Absolutely.
it comes to
We will.
patience, very interesting. Thank you.
Mm.
I was very interested because with everything that's happening, we in the UK where I'm based now, Gemma, you are in Spain,
Mm.
and still, situations are not, great
Mhm.
there with the
Mhm.
current circumstances, and there's a lockdown here in the UK, and so these cards are so interesting. How, again, going back to the joy, even in the current circumstances, even if I'm in lockdown, can I have joy? 100% we can, of course we can, if
Absolutely.
we choose to. And also in the topic of patience, it's um again, things are not always as they appear to be. And even if I don't see something, it doesn't mean that it's not happening, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
almost an element of trust that things are working out for the greater good
Yeah.
always.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For the greater good always, right? But
Yeah.
is, so yeah, patience. So it's interesting because I've been, again, maybe we could talk about that, because so many women also have gone through, with the weight going up and down and this and that, and how, by me not being patient because I wanted things quite fast, I've gone and done some really dramatic things that are very unhealthy for me, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So the virtue of patience, there
Mm.
is so much goodness. If I was to tap into the energy of patience, what is that teaching me? What will that allow me? It's almost like
Mhm.
I am sitting on it. I am sitting, if I'm feeling an emotion, I am sitting on that emotion
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
eating it away,
Yeah.
buying it away, drinking it away, smoking it away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the
That's it.
virtue of patience, there's so much goodness that could come, and so many lessons if I was to tap into patience, right?
Yeah. Yeah. One word that comes to mind listening to you is acceptance, because
Mm-hmm.
patience also leads you to acceptance of the present moment, whatever's happening to you, whatever's happening in your body, of that emotion that is coming through constantly, until you sit in silence and look at it. Just really look at it, instead, like you were saying, go in and drink or eat or whatever it is that you do to distract yourself from what's truly happening. So you sit with the emotion, you see what you don't want to see, and really enjoy it. Okay, well, this is part of me as well. And if I'm feeling it, many other people are feeling it. And it's okay. It's okay. There's no need to punish us. Oh my God, look the way I'm behaving, or look what I'm doing. Just embrace it, accept who you are, and transmute it into love. As soon as you see it and bring it into consciousness, that's it. You've done it. You can then transmute it into love. And when it comes again, well, I'm human. It happened again. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Just sitting with the emotion, pain, patience brings you to that, because you have no option sometimes when you're thrown into tough circumstances. Patience is the only way, and patience leads you into acceptance of the what is, of your body, of the what is, and
Yeah.
accept it fully.
Wow, wow. And so again, as the thought was coming to mind is that, can I be joyful through the journey of patience. And again, if I choose to imagine being joyful, even in those circumstances in which normally I would rush into doing things, even though I know those things are not good for me, instant gratification coming to mind, right? So
Yes.
imagine that must be so powerful.
Yes. Yes, yes.
That is
And
so
as you know,
powerful.
that's the path I chose, especially in the
Mhm.
last few weeks of my mom's life when I understood what was going on. And I really enjoyed her and enjoyed the situation the last few weeks, especially the last few days when we knew she was going to go soon. It was enlightening to embrace joy in those moments because I knew it was me and her, the last few moments I was going to have with her. And there was so much joy. She was finally out of pain. And I enjoyed it. And I know it might sound really strange for some people to enjoy the process of your mom's dying, but it was. It was just me and her, very intimate, full of joy, full of peace. She left in peace. And that came because of embracing patience, embracing the acceptance, transmuting all the emotions that were coming. And that led us both to this path of joy and peace. So there's no need to wait as long as I did because I'm telling you now what to do. But I know it's difficult and it's your path as well. But it would have saved me a bit of hassle to get to that realization earlier. But obviously we're on a path of discovery. But I know now what to do when we're living in situations like the current situations in lockdown. We don't know what's happening. These things are happening. Okay, well let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy because like Lara said, it's the path. It's the path that we need to enjoy, and the future is uncertain anyway.
Exactly.
And it's not only on your personal life, but on your business, on your leadership, on your job, everywhere. You can adapt these things.
Exactly. So, Gemma, it's time to start wrapping up this
Oh
conversation.
no.
Is
Okay, we'll
that
continue
right? Yeah,
offline then.
because we want, by the way, we want our conversation to be less than 30 minutes. Right? I mean, we could for sure do this
Oh my God,
for
all
two
day.
hours minimum, right? For sure, for sure. But we also understand that there are, yes, we chose to do it shorter. And yes. So, any final nuggets for our audience and the ladies, or anything that maybe you got reminded as well in this conversation?
Yeah, yeah. I think we are in a current situation where we're stepping up into a position of power. That word came in one of the cards. And when we talk about power here, it's the spiritual power, your inner power that comes from love, from joy, from peace. Many people nowadays are finding the purpose to do something in the world, that bring change in the world. Many people we are stepping into divine partnerships, working together into a divine purpose, and this also comes from the place of joy, and it's an opportunity to tune into the new world that is already there, and is a time to make a decision. Do I want to go into the new world to live from the heart in love and joy and peace, or not? It's a decision that we facing up today, and hopefully most of us will go onto the right timeline into the new beautiful world that we're creating.
And from my perspective, this has been another joyous conversation,
It was
another
indeed.
great reminders and great insights. We leave it here. Ladies, speak to you very soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
That's all for today, ladies. Thank you so much for joining our conversation, and we truly hope you loved it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to our podcast and also share it with other fabulous ladies so they could benefit from it too. If you want to get in touch, you could find us on all major social media platforms. Speak to you very soon.